Subscribe.
Welcome to English Podcast Expert, the podcast where people learn English from basic to advanced level by listening to real conversations about daily routines and everyday situations, so you can understand natural English and use it confidently in your own life.
Hello, everyone listening today. I'm really excited to talk about daily routines because it's such a simple topic, yet it shows how we live, work, and manage time, which is something everyone can relate to.
Exactly, daily routines sound simple, but they actually reveal a lot about our habits and priorities. That's why today's episode is focused on sharing a normal day in our lives, using natural English that listeners can easily follow and learn from.
So let me start by describing my mornings because that's when my routine really begins. I usually wake up around 6:30, avoid checking my phone immediately, stretch for a few minutes, and then make myself a strong cup of coffee.
That sounds quite disciplined, especially avoiding your phone in the morning. I'm not that strong yet. I normally wake up at 7, check messages for a few minutes, then get out of bed slowly and prepare a light breakfast before starting my day.
I used to check my phone first thing too, but I noticed it made me feel rushed and distracted. Now, I prefer starting my day calmly, listening to music or the news while getting ready, which helps me feel more focused before work.
I completely understand that feeling. On busy days, I feel stressed even before leaving the house. After breakfast, I usually take a quick shower, choose something comfortable to wear, and then leave for work while listening to podcasts during my commute.
Listening to podcasts during commuting is a great habit, especially for learning. My commute is about 30 minutes, and I often use that time to review my tasks for the day or simply observe people, which strangely helps me clear my mind.
That's interesting because I tend to mentally plan my entire day during commuting. Once I reach the office, I check emails, attend meetings, and work on different projects. The first half of my workday is usually the most productive for me.
I feel the same way about productivity. My energy is highest in the morning, so I focus on difficult tasks before lunch. Around 1 o'clock, I take a break, eat something simple, and try to step away from screens for a few minutes.
Lunch breaks are important, but many people skip them or eat while working. I try to eat with colleagues because casual conversations help me relax. After lunch, I notice my energy drops, so I prefer doing lighter tasks in the afternoon.
Afternoons can be challenging, especially when concentration becomes harder. I usually drink tea instead of coffee to avoid feeling restless. I also take short breaks to stretch or walk, which surprisingly improves my focus for the remaining work hours.
That's a healthy approach. I've recently started walking during short breaks too. It helps me reset mentally. By the time work ends, I usually feel tired but satisfied if I managed my tasks well and stayed organized throughout the day.
When work finishes, my routine changes completely. I like separating work life from personal life, so once I'm home, I change clothes immediately, wash my face, and take a few minutes to relax before thinking about dinner or evening plans.
I do something similar. Evenings are my personal time and I protect them carefully. Some days I cook at home, trying new recipes, while other days I order food. Cooking relaxes me, but only when I'm not too exhausted.
Cooking can be therapeutic, especially after a long day. I usually prepare simple meals during weekdays like pasta or rice dishes. While cooking, I listen to music or talk with family members, which makes the evening feel warmer and more enjoyable.
That sounds lovely. After dinner, I usually spend time doing something quiet, like reading, journaling, or watching a series. I try not to scroll endlessly on social media because it makes time disappear without really helping me relax.
I've noticed the same thing about social media. That's why I prefer activities that actually help me unwind. Sometimes I read, sometimes I practice English or write notes about my day, which helps me reflect and feel more balanced.
Reflection is such an underrated habit. At night, I often think about what went well and what I could improve tomorrow. It helps me feel prepared for the next day instead of going to bed with unfinished thoughts.
My nighttime routine is quite structured. I usually stop using screens an hour before sleeping, dim the lights, and prepare clothes for the next day. This small habit saves time in the morning and reduces unnecessary stress.
That's a smart habit, honestly. I'm still working on improving my sleep routine. I try to go to bed by 11, but sometimes I stay up later than planned. Still, I've learned how important good sleep is for productivity.
Sleep really affects everything from mood to concentration. On weekends, my routine changes slightly. I wake up later, meet friends, or spend time outdoors. I don't plan my weekends strictly because I enjoy having freedom after a busy week.
Weekends feel like a reward after working hard all week. I usually use Saturdays for social activities and Sundays for rest and preparation. I clean, organize my space, and plan the upcoming week so Mondays feel less overwhelming.
That preparation makes a big difference. Talking about daily routines might seem simple, but it shows how small habits shape our lives. Changing one small part of a routine can improve health, confidence, and even language learning over time.
Absolutely, and that's why we shared our routines today. We hope listeners can relate, learn useful vocabulary, and feel motivated to talk about their own daily lives in English, using simple, natural sentences without fear of making mistakes.
Thanks for listening to English Podcast Expert. Keep practicing, keep listening, and remember that learning English becomes easier when it connects with your real life and daily routine, not just textbooks or grammar rules.
Subscribe.